Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and we are back in another week of Destiny. It is November 5th. Iron Banner is live. We've got Festival of the Lost still continuing. The tower is awesomely decorated. We've got more cosmetics to earn. The dungeon is live. The moon is crazy with Altars of Sorrow. We've got a patch coming on Thursday that is going to change how Pinnacle gear works. If you want to jump straight to a video about that, I've got a link up here at the top. Otherwise, I will discuss that as we go through. But we've got a lot of stuff to do this week in the world of Destiny, whether you're grinding out, whether you're working on certain activities, quests, weapons, whatever it is. Let's cover everything we got and jump into it. First thing on the Vanguard page, we've got your Vanguard strikes. It is just 3 bounties now to get this powerful gear drop, so they changed this one up a little bit, which I kind of approve of. Also, this week it is a triple Grenadier week, so your week is going to go Grenadier on Tuesday, Brawler on Wednesday, Heavyweight on Thursday, and continue to repeat in that order. So if you're looking to grind out edgewise the Vanguard machine gun, you're probably going to want to spend time in strikes when Heavyweight is active. So go grab a solar machine gun. If you don't have one, go to the Menagerie, get fixed odds. Go in there when Heavyweight is active, but either Thursday or Sunday, which is the 2 days this week, and spend some time shooting guys in the face, get your machine gun and solar kills at the same time. Good way to be efficient with it. Otherwise, if you're going in strikes, it is an arc singe, so if you're not grinding out that, make sure you run an arc ability subclass just to get the most out of your class. For Nightfall the Ordeal, this week we've got a fun one. It is going to be Strange Terrain. Strange Terrain is the one where you fight Nokris. He's the big wizard at the end, fires all the solar stuff at you, and this one is on Mars. If you're going for the 980, I think this one is going to be absolutely brutal, so I'll be curious to see other people do it. Esoteric may have a solo video up before I get done even posting this video, but shout out to that man, he is a beast. Either way, this is what we got for the Nightfall this week if you're going for the big one. Fire Pit. When defeated, acolytes spawn pools of fire that cause damage over time. Remember that one, it's probably going to be worse. Unstoppable champions, so grab those hand cannons or Leviathan's Breath. You got barrier champions, so Ariana's, submachine guns, auto rifles, hand cannons, whatever you got. Equipment locked, match game, of course. Togetherness, base health regen is reduced, so your recovery will be slower. If near another player, health regen is increased, so sticking together is going to be important, unless splash damage kills you and then you're going down together, so that's going to be fun. Champions mob, of course, more champions. This is the one I think that's going to hurt the most, though. Nokris' Refrain. Incoming solar damage and environmental damage is increased. Nokris, as a wizard, fires solar, so that's going to hurt. And then on top of that, environmental damage is increased. And by that, these little fire pools are probably considered environmental damage, so those are going to hurt a ton. So, solar fires are going to be the big thing that kills you this week. 980 is going to be rough, but shout out to those of you that do it because the rewards are pretty hefty for doing the Nightfall the Ordeal. But I can promise you it is going to be a hell of a grind this week. Hopefully those exotics and Ascendant Shards are worth it. We'll see how this week goes, but shout out to those of you guys who jump in before I see how it is. Good luck. Crucible is a pop-in director playlist this week. We've got Iron Banner, which is the big one. 4 rotator matches, so it's part of the rotator playlist. 4 of those will get you a tier 1 powerful drop. That is pretty basic. Honestly, Iron Banner will probably be spending some time in for the bounties, which I'll cover those later. But momentum control is going to be the big key if you guys are still working on exit strategy. That's Gambit, so not that. But if you're working on a Randy's throwing knife, I've seen people working on Mountaintop. If you're working on Revoker for kills, all of these things in here go a little bit quicker because weapons hit like a truck. 150 scout rifles, 1 tap to the head. Fusion rifles only take a couple of bolts. Auto rifles, I had my Halfland D hitting 126 headshots. It just takes 2 bullets and they're dead. So there's a lot of ways to kill people in here quickly. So if you're working on, say, scout rifle kills, well, Randy's throwing knife comes a little bit quicker when it takes 1 bullet to kill people. Kills go quick, instant respawns, high scoring games. Pretty effective for farming kills. If you're going for Mountaintop, grenade kills work pretty well. I've seen Fighting Lion. I've been killed by it a ton, so it's a good thing in there. Sniper rifle body kills are going to be single shots, so if you're looking to add those up, all you got to do is hit somebody on the kneecap and they're still going to die from a sniper rifle, so that helps. So momentum control is a pretty cool playlist. I did a video about that previously, but it is a way to grind out weapons if you're working on any Crucible quests or anything like that. Check that playlist out if you haven't. It is a good one. So rotators over here, we've also got Countdown for your 4v4 rotator playlist. For your core matches, Crucible Labs Elimination, Rumble, Control, and of course Survival will be all involved. But Iron Banner is the big one. I'm sure many people will be in this week, but they might not be doing the bounties till Thursday, and I'll cover that once I get down there. Not ever too much changing in the world of Gambit, just the token 3 matches in Gambit or Gambit Prime. It will get you a tier 2 powerful gear drop, so if you are still leveling up, remember this is a +4. 3 matches, pretty easy to get to. Pair that with a few bounties, spend your time in here as efficiently as possible. Not a bad thing, I just know not everybody loves Gambit, but for those of you who do, get yourself a little decent drop and get some bounties done, hit that experience boost as much as you can. Flashpoint this week is going to be Titan, so go talk to Sloan and do some activities on Titan, whether it's public events, lost sectors, heroic adventures. And I think patrols give you a little bit, but somebody commented. Maybe high-value targets or patrols that actually give you like a tiny %. But let me know if you guys can confirm below in the comments whether patrols or high-value targets actually count for that. I feel like I got like random 5% for something, but I don't remember what it was. So if you guys can confirm, let me know down below in the comments. But Flashpoint is Titan. Nice thing is the public events go pretty quick back and forth, so you don't see them do some activity and they'll probably start getting on a good rotation. Public events here go pretty quick. For the big destination with all the stuff to do, we've got the moon. So if you got your Vex Offensive, that will be a tier 2 drop. Just the character just hasn't done it yet, so don't mind me. Once you have done all 5 memories, this is going to change. This is Luna's calling, so the Luna, the moon. Weekly bounties completed, it says 4. Now, I don't know if that's weekly bounties anywhere. I don't know if that's all 4 on the moon, like 2 weekly bounties from the Nightmare table, the Lectern, and 2 weekly bounties from her. However that works, I know you don't get another weekly bounty, and as it's asking for 4, I'm not sure exactly which 4 count, but I have to assume start with the 4 on the moon between the Lectern table and her, if those don't count, or if you do like a Crucible weekly bounty and that counts, also comment below and let me know. Just guys, I haven't tested this. This is the first week we've had a non-memory week because we only had 5 memories, and those are all done if you have finished them, so this kind of changed this week. Also, last week when Altars of Sorrow launched, we also got Nightmare Slayer. So this one is a weekly challenge to defeat 30 nightmares, and that is worth a tier 1 powerful drop. Easiest way to do that up in Starrow's Harbor now that we've got Altars of Sorrow. This activity is pretty much always active. I don't think anybody's not doing this thing because there's weapons to farm and rolls to go for and stuff going on up here. So this is one that will be happening all the time. Nightmares will be coming. Just shoot them, kill them. You should be good. For our Nightmare hunts this week, we've got Insanity against the Fanatic. We've got Anguish against Omnigul, and we've got Skull Loss, which is going to be Pride. Up here, your Raid, of course, back active, and then, of course, the Pit of Heresy. If you haven't unlocked it, spend some time in Altars of Sorrow. After you do that quest, then you'll go ahead and have the Pit of Heresy. So, before I go any farther, I want to talk about the Pinnacle gear. Pinnacle gear, whether it is from the Pit of Heresy, whether it's from the Raid, any drop, or the completion, whether it is a Master Nightmare hunt, whether it is a 100k Nightfall, or, on top of everything else, we have a couple other places. Whether it's your 9th branch cleared in the Haunted Forest. Pinnacle gear, right now, through Thursday, if you're watching this, November 6th is when it will still affect as old. So Pinnacle gear, when you are up to 950 gear score, Pinnacle gear is the only thing that will start giving you gear drops at 951 and then inch you up closer to 960. On Thursday, a patch 2.6.1.1 is coming out. That is going to take Pinnacle gear drops from being a +1 to a +2. So all these sources that say Pinnacle gear, please make sure that you save all of these until Thursday when that patch goes live, likely at server reset time, which is 9 a.m. Pacific. If there's any alteration to that time, go follow Bungie on Twitter, but that's likely when it's going to come out. It's a hotfix, so it shouldn't be anything major, but all Pinnacle gear will go from a +1, once you're 950, these matter, to a +2. You have 8 gear slots on your character, so if you're sitting there like, hey, I got 951. Previously, the way it would work, you would have to have 951 in every single slot to be 951, and then when you finally got 951, then you could start getting 952s. Well, now, as these 8 slots and you can get 4, that averages you out to half 950s, half 952s. Your gear score would then be 951, and you can start incrementing that up a little bit quicker. Some people are a fan of this, some people are not. Some people thought the griping and groaning got things to be too easy. That's a video for a completely different day. But just know, any Pinnacle drops, whether it be bounties from Shacks, which I'll cover here in a minute, whether it be, as I said, the 9th branch in the Haunted Forest, the 100k Nightfall, the Raid, the Pit of Heresy, the Master Nightmare Hunt, any of that stuff, save that until Thursday. It will benefit you much better to get those +2s than +1s, I promise you. let's go talk to Shax and see what his bounties look like for this week, and then we'll check out the store and see what Halloween has brought us for this week. So if you have finished the Lord Saladin Iron Banner bounty, just know that it would be down here. There's different tasks you have to do and go through, so just work your way through those. One of them was bugged. I haven't heard if that one's actually been fixed, but if it's asking for like grenade launcher / super kills and all the words are screwy, use a submachine gun, at least until I know that one's fixed. So comment below if that thing's been altered, but I think that thing's still kind of broken. But your bounties this week all are Pinnacle gear as well. 4 Pinnacle gear drops, and if you wait till Thursday to do these, then you will be getting that +2. Now, I can't promise if you get 100% opponents defeated, but don't actually go to the bounty and click on it to get your gear drop, that it will be okay. You might get to like 98% on opponents defeated and save the final bit so you actually complete the bounty after Thursday's patch goes live. That's up to you. If you complete all the bounties but don't turn them in, and then the patch goes live and you click on it and you get a +1, just don't say I didn't warn you. So maybe get close to completing these bounties but don't finish them. I just can't promise how that's going to work with the patch. If it's going to link to like previous times where it's like, hey, this is a 951 no matter what. Or if you wait till the patch, it may just give you 952. I don't know. My advice, if you got to defeat opponents, get to like 95%, stop, and go do other stuff in the game till Thursday. Then come back in here, shoot those last few enemies, and guarantee that you get the +2 drop. That's just my advice. So you got defeat opponents while assisted by at least one other teammate. Capture zones in Iron Banner. Defeat opponents while your team holds zone advantage, so having at least 2 of the 3. And then defeat opponents with final blows from any ability, bonus progress from supers, and opponents of a higher power level. Those are your 4 Pinnacle gear drops from Iron Banner, so spend some time in there. But again, just to be safe, maybe don't finish the bounties, don't complete any of them till Thursday. Then go get those last few kills, those last zone captures, and then at least you can guarantee that +2. It's important, guys. I really don't want you to miss out on this. At Eververse this week, we've got some more festive Halloween things going on for Bright Dust and otherwise. So, for the event this week, you guys have seen most of this stuff is in here. Got the Colonel mask, Glitter Ball mask, all this stuff kind of rotates through. But they did say everything in here will at some point be available for Bright Dust, and I can tell you it is a great week for Bright Dust purchases. So, for Bright Dust, we've got the Tombstone emote, which honestly I can see a whole lot of trolling being done in PvP. Because you kill somebody, plop that thing down. It's honestly really, really going to be funny to watch, I'm sure. So I can only wait for the probable montages with that thing, but it is for Bright Dust. The Jacko Shell, so this is going to be Public Defender and Treasure Hunter. Not the best perks, but I do like the shell. Pretty cool looking, well done in the art. Unfortunately, just don't love the perks. Same shell here, the Jensum Relic Shell, Speed Demon and Public Defender. We do have the Desmodus, this I Fly on Silent Wings. So you got the bat one here. You guys want to throw a shader on there. It's probably going to pop a little bit depending on what you do. That one actually doesn't look too shabby. But we do also have the Broomstick. Now this is one you're probably going to want to buy, because for one, just looks pretty cool. It literally has like the faintest trail behind it. You can see it's almost just like fog, just kind of steam, just basically moving air. So pretty light. And again, just know this is 160, so if you do buy one and the perk doesn't match, pull another one from your collections, and you can get the one that at least launches instantly. You also have your mask ornament for Bright Dusk for the Jack-o'-lantern, so if you do want to buy that, you can pop this thing on any ornament and look like a Jack-o'-lantern all year long. Other than that, down here you've got Murder of Crows, you got Arachnophile, a couple shaders and stuff down here as well. Other than that, everything at least should be pretty good, so if you guys are going through any event or featured pieces, down here, a couple other pieces as well. You've got the Looming Moon effect, so the moon and your Transmat effect. That one looks pretty cool as well. But overall, guys, the weekly offerings, you've got Boo over here, just kind of featured offerings. You've got the Third Rail, which is your Risk Runner ornament. Looks cool, for sure. Not questioning that one. Looks pretty legit. The Crypto Parashell, the Necro Beast, and then also the Parting emote. I got that one because it was Bright Dust last week. But that is everything we've got this week in the world of Destiny. So I hope you guys enjoy. Spend some time in Iron Banner. Spend some time in Crucible. Momentum Control is a ton of fun. Jump up here and make sure you guys get your little bit of candy that is up in this tree. And that is about it for this week in Destiny. So a lot going on. Save all those Pinnacle drops, whichever one it is you might be thinking about. Save it till Thursday till that patch goes live. Work on your other things. Exit Strategy in Gambit. Randy's Throwing Knife in Crucible. Edgewise in Vanguard. All those other things can be done before Thursday's Pinnacle drop. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't followed me yet on Twitch and Twitter, I'm Ebontis on both of those. Thank you guys for all the support here on YouTube. We passed 42,000 subs, climbing to 50. You guys are awesome. So if you haven't subbed yet, hit the sub button and that alert bell. That'll keep my videos coming to you with notifications when they go live. So thank you all. You are awesome. Have an awesome week. And if you got any questions, drop them below in the comments. If you want to say hello, do that too. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.